Do you want to learn finger picking guitar? Well, here's a great song that's perfect for beginner and intermediate students who want to learn some finger picking. Now, one of the best ways to get started in this style is to learn just a few patterns like what I'm going to share with you in this Landslide guitar lesson. So let's dive straight into it. Now, the first thing I want to mention is I have a capo here on the 3rd fret. And the song's in the key of G, if I just think of the capo chords here, but it's gonna start on a C. Okay, so the first part will need 3 chords. We'll need a C, which is from the 5th string down, just 3, 2, open, 1, open. And then we're gonna go to a G over B, which here I just play on the middle strings, 2, open, open, 3, with my middle finger and pinky, and then A minor 7, which looks like a C. I just take off the ring finger there and play from the 5th string down. Now we're gonna go sort of in a roundabout progression here. We're gonna go C to G over B, A minor 7, and then we'll walk back up to G over B. Now the bass line here, if we look at the root notes, we're going C, B, A, B, C, and those are just walking down the scale notes of the G major scale. So again, we're in the key of G, we're starting on that 4 chord. Now once you have those chords down, we're gonna add with it a finger picking pattern. And the first pattern is gonna go like this. I'm gonna play the 5th string, the 3rd string, to the 4th string, and then the 2nd string. Okay, that's the first part. It's gonna go 5, 3, 4, 2. Okay, I'm just counting those strings, the 5th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. So that's the first beat, and in the finger picking hand, I'm playing thumb, index, thumb, middle. So I'm using a 3-finger style here. Thumb, index, middle. Okay, it's gonna go thumb, index, thumb, middle. And then we're gonna play the same thing again. We're gonna go 5, 3, and we'll just play 4. We'll leave off the 2nd string. So it goes 5, 3, 4, 2, then 5, 3, 4. Okay, so the last time we leave off the final beat. So rhythmically, I'm counting it like this. 1 E and a, 2 E and then we just let that last one ring. So thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb. Now all together, if I just jam that a few times on the C chord, it sounds like this. So that's the main pattern, and then what we're gonna do is just change chords, but we'll keep that finger picking pattern going. So we're gonna play it on the C, then go to the G over B and walk down the progression like this. Okay, then we'll come back up, G over B, and that is what I call the A section of the tune, or you could call it the verse. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. So that's just a beautiful progression and pattern. Now remember, we're in the key of G, but we're starting on the 4 chord. Now if you want to be able to map out progressions and just really understand more theory on the fretboard, then I want to give you a gift. I want to give you my fretboard guide, and it's completely for free. All you got to do is go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide, and it's just a 1-page PDF, but on it I show you my system for mapping out the fretboard. I show you 5 chords and 5 scales and how they connect up and down the neck, so you can really just fill in your knowledge and have way more understanding of the fretboard and be able to play in any style, because this music theory stuff really works for any style. You've got chords and you've got scales in basically every style of music. So grab this completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide as my gift to you. Now this progression is going to go over and over for the verse. until we go on to the next section, and that goes like this. We'll come off the A minor, and we'll go. Okay, so this is the B section, and what I played there was I played the same progression, C, G over B to A minor 7, and then I made this shift to a D7 over F sharp. Okay, now that chord there is I put my thumb on the 2nd fret of the low E, then I mute the 5th string and then play open, 2, 1. It's like if you thought of your D7 chord like this and then you put the thumb on the 2nd fret. Now you don't have to do that. You could play the same chord without the thumb like this. And that's another option as well, just putting your middle finger there on the bass note. For me, it's just easy to grab those thumb chords. I've been doing that for a while. But if that's uncomfortable, then do this instead. So that's D7 over F sharp, and then that transitions us to a G chord, which I play. I really just use my 3rd finger on the 6th string, and then I mute the 5th string, then open, open, open. Now the beautiful thing about fingerstyle is when you're picking the strings with your finger picking hand, you can control which strings you hit. And so a lot of times I kind of play like lazy chords in my fretting hand. So instead of having to, play a full G like this, I'll just play like the needed notes for the finger picking pattern. So we've added this chord. We got D7 over F sharp. We've got a G. We also used an E minor there for a second. So that's open, 2, 2, open, open, open. So those are all the new chords you need to know. Now you also need to know how the finger picking pattern changes when we go to the B section. So we had this pattern like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the same pattern, but we're going to make it now apply to these different chords. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to start by playing the 6th string. Now I'll talk about the finger picking hand here. It's going to go 6, 3, 4, 2. So instead of 5, 3, 4, 2, now I'm playing 6, 3, 4, 2. So all I did was change that first note, that bass note, to be now on the 6th string instead of the 5th string, like it was on these other chords. And the reason for that is because the bass note of the D7 over F sharp is on the 6th string here. So your finger picking pattern moves through the changes like that. So all these chords are going to be that same pattern because the root's on the 6th string. So here I'm going 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4. So next chord, same thing. Then when we get to E minor, we do it twice as long. 2 patterns. Then C, we go back to the first part, but we're still in the B section, and then again D7 over F sharp to G, D7 over F sharp, E minor, C, G over B, A minor 7, and then the second time we walk back up G over B, and then we go, then we go. There's a guitar solo that goes on top out of the B section there, and we're just back over the guitar solo. It's the A section. So let me back up and put this together. I'm going to play going out of the A section into the B section, and then we'll go out of that back into the A section for the guitar solo, and I'll just end on C there once we hit the guitar solo. Here we go. I'll count us in. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. This is the A section last time. Here we go. B section. Section for the solo, and Those are the two parts that you need to know. So remember to take your time practicing these patterns, and then as you get more comfortable, you can add more variations. So an example of that would be like what Lyndsey Buckingham does a lot of times live. He'll play this pattern, which is sort of the core pattern, but then he'll add other variations to it. For example, this is one he does a lot live. 3, 4. So here what he did is he went up to this C sus2 chord, which looks like a G, but you just take these two fingers and you bring it down one string there. So my middle finger goes to the 3rd fret of the 5th string, index goes to the 2nd fret on the 4th string, and then I've got 3 and 3 there on the top 2 strings. Now, one of the things that's different about this pattern is he starts with a pinch. And so he's beginning with the 5th string and then the 2nd string. So he pinches there. And then 3rd string, 4th string, and then 1st string. Okay, so that's the pattern there on the first beat. And then the rest is the same as like previous pattern that we learned. So it's just a little variation there on the first beat. You got that nice high melody coming in on top there. Okay, and then we're gonna go 5, 3, 4. Adding that pinch, keeping the rhythm the same though. 1 E and a 2 E and a. Then G over B. We play like this chord, but we keep this high note, and that's one of the things that's nice is as he changes these chords, he keeps a common tone between all of the chords. So that's keeping this 3rd fret on the 1st string. G over B, same pattern. A minor 7, but leaving that pinky on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Back up. So those are some classic Lyndsey Buckingham style finger picking patterns. And really it's a folk style that has a little bit of kind of a Travis picking influence, but it's more banjo folk style with just a simple pattern and then moving it through the progression. So have fun working on this, and to help you map out progressions and just really understand the neck a lot better, grab my free fretboard guide. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide, and this is going to show you the 5 chords and scales I use to map out the entire fretboard, and it's completely for free. I think you'll love it. As always, thanks for watching, and for more Fleetwood Mac, check out this video next.